years, and it finally decides to stop working with us a bunch of inflation, which is a general increase in price levels. Wow, I bought the same lawnmower 10 years ago, and it was worth $50. And now it's twice the price, and it's $300. This must be because of inflation. Okay, honestly, I thought this inflation stuff was just a bunch of media hype, but I was wrong. The things I have to buy to keep my house going is costing me more and more each year. My income isn't buying as many things as it used to. Why is there so much inflation?
Gosh, Mom, watch!
This graph depicts an aggregate supply and an aggregate demand curve in an economy at a certain point. An aggregate demand curve shows the total demand for goods and services in an economy as a whole, and the aggregate supply curve shows the total supply of goods and services in an economy as a whole. The long-run aggregate supply curve is directly related to the production possibilities curve, and in the end, the economy will always end up in the long run at long-run aggregate supply and equilibrium at a natural unemployment rate of 3 to 5%. The inflation that Priscilla is facing can be caused by a shift of the aggregate demand curve to the right, also known as demand pull inflation, when too many dollars are chasing too few goods. The result of demand pull inflation is increased price levels and increased output.
Oh, I understand now. But this is so unfair! Pick up your cereal!
Life's not fair.
Do you know what else is rising because of inflation? House prices. I just got a letter from the state saying that my house is worth a lot more now because of inflation, so now I have to pay more in property taxes. This is so not fair to me. I literally live in the same house, but I just have to pay more because of inflation.
Mom, at least you're not unemployed. Look at this Phillips curve graph.
This is a graph of the Phillips curve. The curved line shows the short-run Phillips curve, and the straight line is the long-run Phillips curve at the natural rate of unemployment. On the x-axis is the unemployment rate, and on the y-axis is inflation. When demand pull inflation occurs, which is a shift of the aggregate demand curve to the right, you move from a point on your Phillips curve to the left because inflation has increased but unemployment has gone down. When inflation is caused by cost push inflation, which is when aggregate supply shifts to the left, you adjust your short-run Phillips curve by shifting it out to the right because both inflation and unemployment has increased.
What do I do? Oh, I know. I can ask my boss to give me a 6% raise. Hey boss, I've been working really hard lately, and I feel like my productivity has been going up. But do you know what else has been going up? Inflation. It's really hard to live my life now. May I please have a 6% raise?
Huh, nice try. I see those dishes. You haven't been working hard. But fine, I'll give you a 6% raise. I'll raise your nominal wages 6% to help you fight inflation. But your real wages will stay the same, because real wages are nominal wages minus inflation. Keep working.
I don't want to keep asking my boss for a raise like that. I'm so worried.
It's okay, Mom. If this inflation continues for a prolonged period of time, the Fed will intervene and decrease the money supply by selling bonds. This is a graph for the money market. On the x-axis is the quantity of money, and on the y-axis is nominal interest rates. The Fed controls the money supply through either buying or selling of bonds, which can decrease or increase the money supply. The buying or selling of bonds is known as open market operations. The money supply is constant, so it is a straight vertical line, and the demand for money is a downward sloping curve. Since the economy is in a period of inflation, the Fed will try to decrease the money supply through the selling of bonds, which will cause nominal interest rates to increase. When interest rates increase, businesses engage in less investment spending, which causes aggregate demand to shift back to the left. This is because investment spending is one of the 4 components of aggregate demand. So when aggregate demand shifts back to the left, inflation goes down.
Sweet! Woo!